Hi everyone, welcome to Real English.
Where you learn natural English for real life.
I am Paul.
And I am Emily. Let us get started.
Today we are diving into the fast-paced world of digital marketing and content creation. We are going to talk about a very specific clash of cultures that happens in almost every modern media department.
We are talking about the collision between traditional marketing managers and modern, tech-savvy digital creators. If you are a creator, you know that dominating platforms like YouTube requires massive volume, highly specific niches, and rapid production.
Exactly. But if you work for a traditional company, your manager probably treats a YouTube channel like an old-fashioned television station. They want to put every single company video, from a 2-hour financial webinar to a 10-second funny clip, onto one single corporate channel.
And they insist on doing everything manually. They want to hire a camera crew, book a studio, and spend 3 weeks editing a single 5-minute video. As a modern creator, you know that is a recipe for complete failure in today's digital landscape.
You know that the secret to growth is automation. You want to use automated script generation and custom text-to-speech characters to produce content instantly. And you want to split that content across multiple, highly targeted accounts.
But how do you pitch that to a traditional boss? If you walk into your manager's office and say, "I want to use robot voices and make 3 different YouTube channels," they are going to panic. They will think you are destroying the company's brand quality and confusing the customers.
You have to speak their language. You cannot just talk about YouTube algorithms and text-to-speech software. You have to frame your automated pipeline as a strategic brand expansion. And today, we are going to teach you exactly how to do that.
We are going to give you a powerful communication framework to convince any traditional manager to adopt a modern automated media strategy. We call it the C.A.S. pitch. C.A.S.
Let us break that down. The C stands for Compartmentalize. When you want to create a multi-account structure, you do not tell your boss you want to split the audience. You tell them you need to compartmentalize the brand.
Right. You say, by mixing our technical tutorials with our financial webinars on one channel, we are destroying our audience retention. We need to compartmentalize these subjects into dedicated channels so we can dominate specific market niches.
Once they understand the strategy, you move to the A. A stands for Automate. This is where you introduce your text-to-speech and AI production pipeline. But you do not call it a robot voice. You frame it as a solution for consistency.
You say, relying on our executives to film manual videos is causing massive production delays. We need to automate the voiceover process using high-fidelity voice synthesis to guarantee daily uploads.
Finally, we reach the S. S stands for Scale. Traditional managers love the word scale. You have to prove that your automated pipeline is the only way to reach the volume required for modern video analytics to favor your brand.
You say, this automated pipeline is completely frictionless. It allows us to scale our output from 1 video a month to 5 videos a week, which will drastically accelerate our channel growth.
Compartmentalize, automate, scale. The C.A.S. method. If you use this framework, you stop sounding like a rebellious YouTuber and start sounding like a director of digital strategy. Now let us open up the toolkit with our 5 pocket words for today.
Word number 1 is an essential noun for video production. Synthesis. Synthesis is the combination of ideas to form a theory or system, but in tech, we use it for artificial generation. You do not say a computer voice. You say voice synthesis.
You can say, our new voice synthesis software is indistinguishable from a human narrator, and it completely eliminates our studio rental costs.
Word number 2 is a critical metric, retention. In the digital world, retention means how long you can keep a viewer watching your video before they click away. It is the most important metric for the algorithm.
You say, mixing long corporate webinars with short comedy clips on the same channel is severely damaging our audience retention.
Word number 3 is a noun, algorithm. We all know this word, but in a corporate pitch, you use it as the ultimate judge of your strategy. The algorithm is the set of rules the platform uses to decide who sees your video.
You say, to satisfy the algorithm, we must provide highly targeted content on a consistent daily schedule.
Word number 4 is an adjective. Frictionless. We talked about this briefly. Friction is resistance. A frictionless workflow means a process that is so smooth and automated that nothing slows it down.
You say, by integrating automated script writing and voice synthesis, we have created a completely frictionless production pipeline.
And word number 5 is a phrasal verb. Cross-pollinate. In nature, bees cross-pollinate flowers. In marketing, it means sharing audiences between different but related brands or channels.
You say, by building a multi-account structure, we can cross-pollinate our viewers, sending our technical audience over to our hardware review channel.
Synthesis, retention, algorithm, frictionless, and cross-pollinate. Use these words and you will command absolute respect in the marketing department. Now, let us step into the Smooth It Out clinic to fix those casual, unprofessional phrases.
Let us start with how people propose splitting a channel. A learner might say, we have too much different stuff on our channel, let us make 3 new ones.
That sounds like a chaotic idea. Smooth it out and sound like a brand manager. You say, to optimize our brand presence, I propose we compartmentalize our content into a multi-account structure.
What about explaining why the old way is bad? A learner might say, when we put boring videos next to fun videos, people stop watching.
That is true, but it is not corporate. Smooth it out using our pocket words. You say, mixing different content formats on a single feed is actively destroying our audience retention and confusing the algorithm.
Now the most difficult part, pitching the AI voice. A learner might nervously say, I can use a computer robot to read the script so we do not have to wait for the boss to record it.
You will get fired for calling the boss slow and suggesting a robot. Smooth it out. You say, I have developed a frictionless pipeline utilizing high-fidelity voice synthesis, which allows us to generate professional narration instantly.
And finally, talking about the results. A learner might say, if we do this, we can make lots of videos and get famous.
Let us upgrade that to an executive summary. You say, this automated infrastructure allows us to massively scale our output and cross-pollinate our core demographics.
Excellent upgrades. It is time to put the C.A.S. framework and all of our new vocabulary into action. Let us move to the main event, the practice conversation.
The scenario is this. I am the vice president of marketing at an educational software company. We have one main corporate YouTube channel. Currently, we only post 1 video a month because I insist that our CEO manually records every video in a rented studio.
And I am the new lead digital content creator. I know that posting 1 video a month is useless. I want to launch an aggressive modern strategy. I want to split our main channel into 3 niche channels. 1 for software tutorials, 1 for industry news, and 1 for short tips.
But to do that, Paul needs volume. He cannot wait for the CEO to film. He has secretly built an automated pipeline that uses text-to-speech characters to generate video narration in minutes.
My goal is to pitch Emily on this multi-account structure and the automated voice synthesis pipeline. I know she will be extremely protective of the brand and skeptical of AI voices. I have to use the C.A.S. method to prove that this is a professional, scalable business strategy, not just a shortcut. I am walking into her office now. Here we go. Good morning, Emily. Do you have a moment to review the YouTube analytics report for Q2?
Good morning, Paul. Yes, I have the report right here on my screen. I have to be honest, I am a bit disappointed. We spent thousands on that studio rental for the CEO's quarterly update video, and the view count is completely stagnant. Why aren't we growing?
That is exactly what I want to address. The CEO's video is incredibly high quality, but the issue isn't the production value. The issue is our structural strategy. Right now, we are treating our YouTube channel like a corporate hard drive. We are dumping 30-minute financial updates right next to 2-minute software tutorials.
Well, yes, it is the company channel. Everything the company does should be on there so our subscribers can see it all in one place.
I understand that logic, But in the modern digital landscape, that approach actually penalizes us. When a user subscribes for our quick software tutorials and the next day they are served a 30-minute financial webinar, they don't click on it. That tells the algorithm that our content is irrelevant. It is actively destroying our audience retention.
Destroying our retention? So you are saying that having different types of videos is actually hurting the good videos?
Precisely. To fix this, we need to compartmentalize our brand. I am proposing we implement a multi-account structure. We keep the main channel strictly for high-level corporate announcements, but we launch 2 new separate channels, one dedicated entirely to daily software tutorials and one for industry news.
Split the channel into 3? Paul, that sounds like a logistical nightmare. It takes us 3 weeks just to coordinate the studio, the camera crew, and the CEO's schedule to produce one video. How on earth are we going to produce enough content to feed 3 separate channels?
That is the second phase of my proposal. We cannot rely on manual studio production for daily content. We have to automate the workflow. I have spent the last 2 weeks building a custom end-to-end digital generation pipeline.
What does an end-to-end digital pipeline mean? Are we not using real people on camera anymore? I will not have this brand represented by cheap, robotic computer voices. It will ruin our professional credibility.
I completely agree that brand credibility is paramount. That is why this isn't standard text-to-speech. I have integrated a high-fidelity voice synthesis model. We can custom train the AI character to match our brand's exact tone, pacing, and professional energy. It is virtually indistinguishable from a professional voiceover artist.
Indistinguishable? That is a bold claim, Paul.
I can play a sample for you right after this, but the real power is the speed. Because the narration is generated through voice synthesis and the graphics are template-driven, the entire process is frictionless. We do not need to book a studio, we do not need cameras, and we do not need the CEO's schedule. If a new software feature drops at 9 a.m., I can have a fully narrated professional tutorial video uploaded across our secondary channels by noon.
From script to a final video in 3 hours? Without booking any studio time?
Exactly. By compartmentalizing the channels and automating the production, we finally have the ability to scale. We go from posting 1 video a month to posting 5 highly targeted videos a week. We satisfy the algorithm, we keep our audience retention perfectly optimized per channel, and we can cross-pollinate the audiences by linking the channels together.
If the voice synthesis sounds as professional as you say it does, eliminating the studio overhead alone would save us thousands of dollars a month.
It completely changes our economic model. We maintain the premium manual production for the main corporate channel, but we use the automated pipeline to dominate the daily search traffic on the niche channels.
All right, Paul, you have my attention. Your argument about audience retention makes a lot of sense. Before I sign off on a multi-account structure, I want to hear this voice synthesis. Send me the sample file. If it sounds human enough to protect our brand, we will run a 1-month trial on the automated pipeline.
Fantastic. I will send the audio file to your inbox right now. I am confident you will be impressed with the fidelity. Thank you, Emily.
And scene. Wow, Paul. You took a very traditional, stubborn manager and completely flipped her perspective in under 5 minutes.
That is the power of the C.A.S. method. I knew if I just said, I want to use AI voices and make more channels, you would have shut me down instantly. You were already complaining about the budget.
Exactly. I was worried about the brand's credibility, but you didn't fight me on the brand. You used my own fears against me. You started by compartmentalizing. You pointed out that mixing the videos was destroying our audience retention. You made our current strategy look like a massive failure.
Right, I had to identify the problem before I could offer the solution. Then, when I introduced the automate phase, you pushed back hard on the robot voice. But I didn't get defensive. I validated your concern for professional credibility, and then I used the term high-fidelity voice synthesis.
And that completely changed the tone. Robot voice sounds cheap. High-fidelity voice synthesis sounds like an expensive enterprise-level upgrade. You framed the automation not as a lazy shortcut, but as a frictionless pipeline that saves money and studio time.
And finally, I brought it all together with scale. I proved that this automated system was the only way we could produce 5 videos a week, satisfy the algorithm, and cross-pollinate our viewers. I gave you a complete business strategy, not just a technical trick.
Your vocabulary was absolutely flawless. Using phrases like multi-account structure, audience retention, compartmentalize, and frictionless pipeline completely elevated your status in that room. You were speaking to me as an equal, a true director of digital strategy.
For all of our listeners out there who are managing digital media, building channels, or trying to convince your company to adopt automated text-to-speech tools, you have to use this strategy.
Your managers do not understand the algorithm, and they are terrified of new technology. It is your job to translate your technical workflow into a language they understand, saving money, scaling growth, and protecting the brand.
If you can master the C.A.S. framework, you will stop fighting for budget approvals and start leading the entire marketing department. Thank you so much for joining us in the studio today for another episode of Real English.
Keep optimizing those pipelines, keep your audience retention high, and we will see you next time. Bye, everyone.